take a L, then you know I'm raising hell.
Yeah, I ain't take no losses in a minute. Scored a touchdown through the critic. Came a long way from the trenches. Still be making plays in the trenches. I'm from New Orleans. I'm a saint with a demon in my head. Yeah, I told him chill. Lil' bro still spinning like a fan. Lord on my mama. He been playing like this since he was in college. So fast like a rocket. Part of the reason they can't stop him. You don't know how I feel. Come from nothing, turn up quick. You don't know how I feel. Turn them losses into a win. Yeah, treat the beat like 4 down, going for the dub. I ain't playing with them. QB to the RB, big 4-9 serving hand to hand. Real name Jamal Chase, he the newest goal with the people saying. I'm still in the field, ain't calling plays, Bill Belichick.
Yeah, what a ops, I ain't ducking smoke. Kick it off, no, we tryna score. Too easy, I'ma run it up with my eyes closed like Pat Mahomes. Red flag, I send him home. Hail Mary, I send him long. Another touchdown, hit the gritty on him. Gotta pull in their camera phone. H-time, throw the city up, I'm finna pick the play off like it's Xavier. When this pressure can't get out the pocket, got the cannon on me, I feel like Brady. Chasing at the Lamborghini, we just barely get started. Ay, catch a play, I'm like Megatron, you don't know nobody that can guard it. You don't know nobody.
They don't want no problems, don't want no problems. They don't want no problems, don't want no problems. All I know is win, I ain't never took a L. But if I take a L, then you know I'm raising hell, huh?
They don't want no problems, they don't want no problems. They don't want no problems, they don't want no problems.
All I know is win, I ain't never took a L. But if I take a L, then you know I'm raising hell.
What's the point of having if you ain't gon' use? She watch my games and play my music. I'm stuck in the game, I pray on lose. He changing my neck, keep giving me bruise. They don't want these problems cause we ain't lose. I'm calling the plays, just gotta keep moving. Only option is win cause we ain't lose. Get a name in this game, you gotta be proof.
It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll see the Broncos, veteran running back.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. On first down, Cobb. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
At the 20-yard line.
Fights forward for only about a yard after the 21. You look at this Bronco defense. They're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tate. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 20. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it. He was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
And the Broncos first down.
On first and 10, Walden. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. They'll try the left side. Chisholm gets around him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 44 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Operating from the gun, Walden. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd second down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Back to throw. Cobb. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And a week ago, as you get a look at the numbers, well over 100 yards, he was on fire.
He was on fire. Obviously, the offensive line was on fire, all the guys who were trying to assist him. But you know who else was? The play caller. Because his ego totally got out of the way. And he kept calling the plays that were working over and over, and they really didn't stop him.
Now the challenge, can they duplicate it? Throwing again. Walden. And his throw is going to be incomplete. When you look at this defense, they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first.
Delay of game, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And it will be Washington football now with a first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Cobb. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Tate. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 4 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses them about 4 yards. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even...
And this throw will be intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw on 3rd down, Walden. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I have no idea how many yards I have. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Cobb. He finds his man. Complete. It's George. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
8-yard gain brings up second down at the 45-yard line.
On second down now, it's Tate. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Cobb. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The Broncos at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little...
That's caught inside the 20, and all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And the Washington offense heading out. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one too low.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Cobb. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Caught right side, Tate. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw again. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe for the run. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Walden. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Walden. He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 35. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Stays on his feet. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, Chisholm. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. With a heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll try the left side. Chisholm. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Throwing on 1st down. Walden. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 2nd down now, Chisholm. They'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. First possession of the second half now for Washington. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
They'll run on 1st down. Tate, and no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake. Cobb. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Down the sideline he goes.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. Off-play action. Walden. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On 3rd down, Walden got Patterson on a quick slant here. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. They'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses It's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Looking to throw on second down. Cobb.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Up the middle they go. Chisholm. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 101 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. To throw on second down. Walden. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Chisholm. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Walden. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 7 yards there and a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, Walden. And this one's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the the sack. Now it's third down.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. That is caught, and he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Cobb. And he will find his man on the outside. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now he dumps this off over the middle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. It's George. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 18. Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on second down. Cobb. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On second down, Chisholm. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On the ground with a tight end. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This is a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are on their way to a 2-0 start. They'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Taken at the goal line. Now Washington down by 2 touchdowns. Less than 90 seconds to go. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short. Throwing to start the drive. Cobb. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cobb dancing to his left. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And boy, did they need that. Out across the 30-yard line with a nice chunk play. On 1st and 10, Cobb. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A higher-scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Broncos, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
press on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got her, and yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sookie sookie now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, sock it to me, and they gotta shut their mouth when they